can't be happening right now. A dumpster truck trying to follow me. I could get on real bad. I could get on dread.
And I was like, I love you too. And that was kind of just that. And that's when we started dating.
No, I think I said.
No.
Alright, Olia, good morning, good evening, good night, good day. What's you seeing, Olia? It's your boy Justin.
Hey guys, it's Tater.
And welcome to the
Wait, what?
Podcast. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. Wherever it is you decide to look at the podcast or listen to the podcast, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, we have it everywhere.
You know, you could have just said stream our podcast.
Oh yeah, stream. Anyways.
Instead of look at or listen.
yeah. I didn't think I want that one. So today we're gonna follow up on the story about our lives.
Yeah.
About when we first met. Us personally, we're not getting into the nitty-gritty of stories with friends and all of this yet. We're going to have some of it intertwined.
Right.
Some of it that comes along the way that helped with us and showing each other how we are and whatnot.
Right. Our personalities and everything.
Yeah. But we're not getting into the juicy content of specific story time with my friends or her friends or things like that, you know, just
events.
Us right now. Yeah. So we're still following up on that.
Yeah.
So you want to tell them where we left off from?
Yeah. So last time we left off where I was in Tennessee with my cousin and for Thanksgiving, and I had just gotten back. I drove 12 hours all by myself, straight shot from Tennessee back to Virginia Beach. And that was the first time we kissed. And
yeah, our first kiss, the big moment.
Right.
And that was right at the end of the last podcast.
And as a reminder, we were still just friends.
We wasn't just friends, okay? We wasn't just friends.
We were just friends. There was no label on it.
It didn't have an official label to say, but we knew where it was going, you know?
I think you knew where it was going, but I was confused on where it was going because he was telling me we were just friends.
Listen, y'all, we're going to jump into these stories leading up to some other events that happened in our lives.
Before we get started, can we just take a second to admire this beautiful car sitting right next to it?
Yes.
I mean, come on. You got to show them the details.
Listen, let me show you. See this car here? This is a Formula 1 car. I believe it's McLaren. If I don't know my cars, then I should not be watching Formula 1. But I'm pretty sure it's a McLaren Formula 1 car.
A special guest sent it in for us today.
Very special guest.
Just so it can be on this podcast.
Yep.
Would you like to share?
Yeah. Big up to Zeffy, my little brother. He wanted this on the podcast, so it's here today. Episode 3 of the Wait What podcast. Zeffy got his car on the episode.
And it's technically like an honorary guest. Because he can't be here tonight because he can't.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's beautiful and I love it. And it's going to be here through the whole episode.
Yep.
So for you listeners, go on our YouTube and check out this car.
Yeah. All right. So story time. Go ahead.
So we ended off after November. This semester is kind of foggy to both of us a little bit, but there are some points that stand out clearly. After Thanksgiving, which is the winter ball.
Big ball, Christmas ball, winter ball, whatever you want to call it. The winter ball.
The winter ball.
Yeah.
And
winter ball 2022. 2022. Yeah.
You're right.
First year. Winter ball 2022.
It was something, I'll tell you that much. So we're still friends. And we aren't going as a couple necessarily.
Yep.
And
you have to remember, you mentioned to them in the last one that I bought the tickets for you.
Yeah.
And
he wouldn't let me pay him back.
I wouldn't let her pay me back. I said we're going as a friend group. She initially didn't want to go to the ball. So I was like, you know what? I'll buy the 2-for-1 ticket, you know?
Right.
And
make it cheaper for us.
Yeah, make it cheaper. And it was just a few dollars. I was like, you know what? She don't have to pay me back. And I knew I was doing
it. But I told him, I was like, if you don't let me pay you back, then we're going as a couple. And he said, no, I'm not going to we're not going as a couple. We're going as friends, but I'm not taking your money.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't let her pay me back. You know what I mean?
But here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Did we go to Top Golf before this?
I don't remember.
I think we went before the winter ball.
Yes, I think so too, because we didn't tell our friends.
Right. And that was
Yeah.
the first time you ever paid for me.
Yeah.
And that was like our first technical date.
Yeah, we went on a group hangout to Top Golf in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's before the ball. Friends, message, comment, let us know. If it is, then in the next episode we'll tell if it was wrong. But
Right.
as far as we can remember, we went to Top Golf.
Our whole
and
friend group.
Our whole friend
Everybody.
group was there. It was like 8 of us, and
Right.
that was the friends that we were telling you about before. Josh, Jamie C, all of them. They was all there. You know.
We'll
And-
insert a picture of all of us right here.
Yeah. And that was our first like official
Yeah.
hangout with our friends.
It was like
where we had already kissed.
It was like a group date.
Yeah, because everyone was coupled up at the time.
Yeah.
So Top Golf, and then right before the winter ball, so she gave me this like whole rundown about how I need to pay her. She needs to pay me back and whatnot.
Right.
But then right before the winter ball, we went for a drive. Now we told you all about our drive one time where I friend zoned her.
Hard.
Friend zoned her real hard. All if you remember, she was lying on the seat, in the passenger seat. I was in the driver's seat, and I looked over at her and I was like, I really appreciate the fact that you're my friend.
Right.
Something like that. I was like, we're just friends.
Speaking of holding hands, or of you friend zoning me, my roommate Savannah called me literally yesterday because she listened to our episode. And did you know she was confused on whether you were holding my hand or not? She called and she said, I need to know. You have to tell me the truth. Was he holding your hand? And I said, yeah, he was holding my hand. And she goes, I knew you would tell the truth.
At what point?
When you friend zoned me.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't think I was.
Yes, you
I don't think I was.
But anyways, I just want to put that out there.
Yeah. So big up Savannah once again. Pew, 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 pew. Pretty sound effects. Pom, 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 pom. Click the soundboard. So moving on from there, as I was saying, we went on this drive. And the first one of the instances where we stayed out late all night.
Right. We were
had
watching
this drive.
Pirates.
Yeah. And this was after November 28th at Thanksgiving. This was before the ball, after the Thanksgiving, right?
Early December.
Yeah, early December. Good way to put it. Finals week done happen already. This is like the last week kind of thing,
Yeah.
And we went for this drive, just me and Tater. And
we went to Oceanfront.
We went to Oceanfront. For those of you all that don't know Oceanfront, I think I explained before, it's like Port of Spain, but a lot longer. Yeah. And it's on the coast of Virginia Beach. Like that is a beach city.
Right.
That's a beach town.
It's about 20 minutes from Regent.
Yeah. About 20 minutes driving.
So it wasn't too bad. Yeah. And it was late at night. And we didn't
like 12 midnight or something like that.
We didn't get out of the car.
No.
We stayed in the car for the Trinidadians. Oceanfront is known for being kind of sketchy at night.
It's like sand in the middle of the night when people walk around and things.
Right. So we didn't get out of the car, but we were still there late.
Yeah. No, we're not totally sand though. I mean like real bad. Like the sketchy characters, real sketchy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, we stay in the vehicle and we put on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
And we have this thing between us where if we put on Pirates, we probably not we're probably not gonna finish Pirates because that night this was after the first night we actually make out and whatever. That night we went for a drive off campus and obviously we in our vehicle by ourselves, none of our friends there, and we make out. And Pirates was just playing in the background, and by the time we like noticed, Pirates done. The whole that first Pirates Black whatever the
first movie.
Curse of the Black Pearl or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And Pirates is one of my favorite movies, eh? That whole series is my favorite. Anyways, so we started making out, right? And we're not paying attention to the movie or like anything like that. I pay attention to my surroundings because like it's nothing serious, just like.
Well, like we would like watch it and then like I would lay down and like doze off and then I'd wake up and we'd watch it and then
and like we had like the phone and thing prop up and whatever. Like all you know it is a late night drive.
Right.
It's very scenic. Like the stars was out and everything. It was real nice. Right. And yeah, we were just watching the movie, bend across and like kiss a little bit and then go from there. But at one point, coming to the end of the movie, it was I think we actually drove out there at 1, and then by the time we put on the movie and it was about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. we see this dumpster truck pull up outside the parking lot, right?
Yeah.
We in a free to use public parking lot, and we see this dumpster truck park up right before the entrance to the parking lot. You remember this?
Yeah.
And this dumpster truck was just there for about 5 minutes, maybe. But
And the
I
guy was
noticed the
sitting
minute he
in
pulled
there.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy was sitting there, and I was like, well, maybe they're gonna start construction early. It's social in
And
front, they will start construction.
we thought maybe we were getting in trouble, but like we made sure to read the sign. It said free parking, public parking.
Yeah. And basically, after about 5 minutes, the dumpster truck stayed there. So I was like, you know what? Maybe the dumpster truck trying to come in here. It was one big parking lot, like he could have go anywhere, and he was parked up by the entrance. So I was like, you know what?
By the way, Mom, I love you, and I never told you the story because I didn't want you to worry.
Yeah. It was a bit of a serious one. So we park up. We see the truck, and like I immediately noticed the truck pull up and whatnot. I was
Right.
being vigilant because of where we were, and I was like, Tater, let me go just in case. So we pull out from the parking lot,
Right.
and as we was driving out the lot, I looked in my mirror and I saw this guy had his lights on the whole time,
Right.
and he started following. He was following about 10 cars behind at first, right? And I was like, oh, maybe he gonna swing into the lot. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he came up to us. He came up behind us.
He kept getting closer and
Yeah.
closer and
I bust our
closer.
left at the first light.
You did what?
Bust our left. Like I turned left at
Okay.
the traffic light.
Okay.
And drove for a bit, and we came to another light, and the truck came up behind me.
Yeah.
The light turned green, I drive, and I bust a right.
Right.
The truck come and bust a right again. I was like, nah, boy.
Yeah.
This can't be happening right now. A dumpster truck trying to follow me.
Right. At this point, like I even noticed, like, okay, like this guy's following us. We gotta get going. Like,
Yeah. And the only reason he like catch up to us is because of the traffic lights and whatnot. Even though it was late, I'm a law-abiding citizen. You know?
and at the same time, like we were turning on our blinkers, like we were
Yeah. We was like being
following
good
the
on road.
law.
Yeah. And this man was just following me. He followed me for maybe about 8 minutes.
Right.
And I finally lost him. I did some defensive maneuvering and went through the neighborhood, like how like I knew the neighborhood.
Right.
And bus a right, bus a left, go straight, bus a right. And it's a dumpster truck. He can't keep up with me even if I drive in the speed limit.
Right.
So,
Doing those turns and everything.
yeah, exactly. So I do a few turns and then went on my way back to school, back to
Right.
campus.
Yeah.
And that was it. But that was like a weird thing to happen, just like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, a dumpster truck park up there.
It was definitely scary, like because we just didn't know what was happening necessarily. So, but besides that, like, I mean, once he lost him, it was great. We got on the highway and made it back to campus completely safe. And
Yeah. And you all always drive the speed limit. Don't ever go over the speed limit in Virginia or anywhere you're
ever.
driving ever. Although I have a story about that one day. But anyways, so that was the dumpster truck scene before the ball.
Before the ball.
We get away from that one, I believe. I don't know if the man thought we was like the manager at the site and he was following we. I don't
Right.
know, but maybe he was trying to follow me. I don't even know. I don't know. I never encountered something like that before, you know?
Right.
And it's a dumpster truck. Like that was the most jokey thing to notice too.
Right.
So,
That it wasn't even like a car, like a cop car. Like if it was a cop car, of course we would have like stopped. But like,
yeah, exactly.
it wasn't like a sporty car or anything. It was like
Yeah.
a big dump truck, like a
Yeah.
garbage truck.
Yeah.
But after that was the ball.
Yeah, fast track a little bit. Talking about our story.
Yeah.
It was the ball. Time for the ball.
And the ball was a big thing because like this was our first dance at Regent at all together.
Yeah.
This was Justin and I were actually starting to become more romantic, so this was our first dance together.
Yeah. Still didn't ask her to be my girlfriend.
No, we were just friends.
It was understood at this point, you know.
All of our friends were going.
Yeah.
And
except for one.
At this point, one wasn't going.
Yeah.
Olivia.
Yeah.
Olivia wasn't going because she had a basketball tournament for the school, for Regent University. She
volunteered her time to be on the team, to go to this
right.
game.
She had a basketball tournament.
Yeah.
And it was on the same night as
the ball.
Well, the night comes, or the day before the ball comes,
Or 2 days
and
before or something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
And the basketball game gets canceled. So all of the basketball girls who didn't get ball tickets because they were supposed to be at a tournament are now ticketless.
Yep.
And they don't have a plan on the night of the ball. So Olivia decides, you know what? I'm going to see if there's someone who has a ticket that. Oh, and the tickets were all sold out.
Yeah. Well, supposedly all sold out. They cut off the deadline for buying tickets and
Right.
whatnot at a certain date.
And so Olivia was like, I'm going to see if someone on my hall has an extra ticket for me. That way, you know, I can go to the ball with her then boyfriend Josh. I mean, they're together now still, but like they had just gotten together too.
Yeah.
And she found someone. Someone bought a ticket and decided they didn't want to go. And she was like, perfect. Can I buy it off of you? And the girl's like, yeah, for sure. So Liv bought the ticket from this girl, and she had text proof. She had, you know, confirmation. And we get to the ball, and Justin has my ticket because he bought it. So he scans us in, and we both get in, no issues. And then Josh scans his ticket and he gets in, no issue. Well, then Liv goes to scan her ticket, and we had to bring our school IDs with us to make sure that they matched the name on our ticket. And so the lady that was taking our tickets was like, hey, where's your card, your ID card? And Liv was like, well, here's the thing. I'm a basketball player. And she explained the whole situation. And she was like, actually, the lady taking the tickets was like, actually, you're not allowed to get in because your name isn't on the ticket. And at this point, Justin and I are already in. We're waiting for our friends to come in, and they're nowhere to be found.
Yeah. So they're nowhere to be found. And literally within about 2 minutes, I noticed they haven't followed us in. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go check on what's happening. You know, respectfully, I need to go see if something happened to them.
Right. Remember our first ball together with all of our friends.
Yes.
Jamie was there. C was there.
Yeah,
It was
everybody,
exciting.
Everybody. Even people from my hall.
Right.
Like that I became friends with. People from other halls in the girls' dorms. Like, this is my first semester at Regent. Very first semester. And I was going to this winter ball. It's my first ball in the US. Like my first like prom type thing happening. And I wanted it to, like, in my mind, I was like, it's going to be a good night. All of my friends there, that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I walked outside. Liv and Josh were not there. They were gone. I looked around. I didn't see them. It was a foggy night. I remember it so clearly. And I called Josh.
And at this point, I'm still inside.
Yeah,
so
I left her inside.
I knew he was going to check. He said, I'll be right back. I'm going to go check on Liv and Josh and see where they're at. And I was like, okay. So yeah, 2 minutes pass and he's still gone. He's not anywhere to be found. And I'm like, okay, what the heck? So I was just staying where I was because I didn't want him to like lose me.
Yeah. First ball together with all your friends, you know what I mean?
Right. And so, I'm an introvert.
Yeah. At this point, she still wasn't going anywhere on
anybody besides Justin and C and Jamie and Josh and Liv.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find any of them. All of them were gone. I was left by myself.
Yep. You were. And as a Trini, you know, we like things a certain way, you know what I mean? Like we just get loud, we have a certain pitch, a certain tone, a certain rhythm with our voice. We talk a certain way, we accentuate different parts of the words differently. What do you say for that? I don't even know what the word is for that.
And we emphasize different
parts of the words. We, like, as a Trini, I know that we have a certain way about us that Americans don't understand.
Right.
You know? And that night, it came out of me. The Trini side came out. I was being respectful the whole semester.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that night, a little bit of the Trini came out because I was so flabbergasted. Yeah, I was like...
I don't think you use that word very often.
Maybe not. Wait, I use it often, you said?
You don't use it very often.
No, I don't use that word often.
I think you got that word from me.
Maybe, yeah. But I was flabbergasted. Like, I was like, my mind was blown with what happened, right?
Right.
So to tell all what happened, tune in next time. No, I'm joking.
That would be awful. That would be so rude.
So, essentially, I called Josh. Josh was like, "Oh yeah, we just going to B-Dubs. We're gonna get food." I was like, "You going where?" Remember, Josh is my best friend. The one fella who I hit it off with, like my pal, my buddy, my partner, like the closest thing to a Caribbean friend out
He
there.
went to his Thanksgiving with his friends or
With
with his
family.
family.
Yeah. Like Josh is my boy. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was like, Josh, what you mean you're going B-Dubs? Like, I hear the ball or like come to the ball. They was like, no. They didn't let me in. So we're just gonna get food.
B-Dubs is Buffalo Wild Wings. It's
Yeah,
a
Buffalo Wild
it's
Wings.
a wing place in the US.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, you coming back. I tell Josh, you coming back here, bro.
Yeah, you turn around, get your butt back here.
Yeah, I get to know in the ball because he said they turned Liv away because she didn't have her name on the ticket, even though she got approval and permission and whatnot.
Right.
My understanding is that she got all the approval needed
She
to come
even
in the ball.
showed the text to the lady.
Yeah, and they turned her away for that.
Right.
No, let me tell you all something. I was like Trini mode. Like I was like, she getting into this ball, man. You know what I
Right.
mean? And at that time, I don't know if they stopped it by now. This might out some people that trying to get in for free, but they stopped my friend. However, the side doors is not doors that is locked, and people got in for free on the side doors.
Right.
People broke in to the ball, not broke in, but they walked into the ball through the free entrance.
While Liv still couldn't make it in.
Exactly, and she was volunteering on the basketball team for Regent and like in
Right.
sports and whatnot. And honestly, like the fact that she even got her ticket was crazy, like last minute and whatnot. And obviously, like if they close off the submissions and she got permission from the girl and whatever, like they should have like reasoned with her. You know what I
Right.
mean? So Josh and Liv came back. I stood outside waiting for them. At this point, about 6-7 minutes went by. Tater still waiting inside.
I'm completely clueless on what's going on. I'm by
Yeah.
myself standing by a wall. I'm annoyed at this point because
because
my date left me, who is supposedly supposed to just be my
we were
friend,
matching and everything.
but we were
and-
matching and we were kissing, but we're just friends. And so
Yeah,
I'm
we took-
annoyed because
we
I'm like,
took
what the
photos
heck?
together before the ball, like everything.
Right.
We were everything was just synced up. You know what I mean?
Right. I think we should show them
Pictures.
this picture
Wait,
and
right there. Yeah, right there.
this picture.
Yeah, right here. Gonna pop up right there. Wait, right there. Gonna pop up. Anyways, so yeah, so we took pictures and everything. However, it was a great night. For all we know, it was a great night so far. And Josh and Liv got back.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me go up to the counter, talk to them, reason with them, tell them the story again and see if they'll let Liv in.
Right.
Because I was like, I am ready to leave this ball if Josh and Liv can't get in, Mainly Josh. Sorry, Liv. At that time, it was mainly Josh. But if Josh couldn't get into the ball, I was ready to ditch.
And I think
know
at
what I mean?
this point, when they were turning around, you came in and explained things to me.
Yeah, I came back into
And
the ball and explained.
he said, if Josh can't get in, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off so bad. What do you mean? What do you mean you brought me as a date and if your best buddy doesn't get in, you're leaving? No way.
But Jamie and Sienna would have left too.
Right.
We
But
would have all left as a
at
group.
this point, I didn't know I was a part of that.
Right.
And
right.
you
Yeah.
spent this money for us to be there.
Yeah.
And this was like the first dip of reality of oh, we're dating and he's gonna leave. That's like getting a phone call from someone on a first date. Oh, your hair's on fire. Okay, I'm on my way. What?
So yeah, I was ready to bust out. I was like, I wasn't gonna make a big deal about staying in the first place. I just wanted to see what their reason was and see if she could get in.
Bust
And-
out? Is that leave?
Bust out, leave. Yeah, I was
Okay.
ready to bust out of there, ditch,
Okay.
head out, quick.
But there's also you said bust a right, bust a left.
right, bust her left is make her left or hit her left real hard or fast
Uh-huh.
or
So you were
You
about
know,
to
to
leave there real fast.
yeah.
Okay.
Bust out of there. Trini's obviously for the Trini's listening, correct me if I'm wrong. I'll put the definitions, and if I'm wrong, I'll see it when I put in the definitions. But yeah, that's what I believe it means.
Okay.
So yeah, Josh and Liv came back. We went up to talk to the lady, and we explained the situation, and she was like, No, her name is not on the ticket. Her ID doesn't match the ticket. She cannot get in. I was like, okay, no problem. But she is a basketballer for the school. They had a game that they were supposed to go to and it got cancelled. And she was really looking forward to it. She bought a dress. She
Right.
came fully dressed. And she's like, no, well, you see, it have a wait list. A wait. Let me know, clap. It have a wait list. Now we know that that's not the right way to do it. However, she still went the effort to try and get a ticket.
And
you
the
know?
girl wasn't going. It's not like she paid it out from underneath her. The girl
Yeah,
just
the
it
girl
was a
didn't go.
wasted ticket. So
Yeah.
she just bought it.
Now, mind you, at this we got to the ball late. We got to the ball about 30 minutes late.
Right.
At this point, it's about 45 minutes to an hour into the ball happening, right? So
I'm
we've
still
missed
sitting
most of the
inside
ball, right?
waiting for him.
Yeah.
By the way.
And they're like, it have a wait list, and people that on the wait list have to
No
get their
line
chance first.
outside.
Nobody coming to the ball at this point.
Right.
Everybody inside already who wanted to be there was there. Who was on our wait list and didn't show up, not going to be there. Like literally nobody was there. I'm telling you, no one.
Right.
Right? And they started telling me about wait lists. I was like, oh, they're hitting me at 649 right now. Like, oh, they're serious?
What?
Like they're saying one thing, but it's really another thing.
Okay.
You know, they're just making up excuses. It's a bunch of nonsense.
Okay.
Like, they were just making up things.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
And that gave me livid. I was
Right.
like, brother, Ole, not serious. Now, I did say at the start of this conversation that I wasn't going to make a big deal about it. I was ready to leave, right? However, I also said it was my first event in the US with friends that actually
Right.
trusted me, that I trusted,
This was
that I clicked with. My first date, like
this was 4 months after school started. So
yeah, and I had so much like friends on campus already that I was like
right. Excited to
see and like see what an American ball is
Also,
like, you know?
they on the flyer said that there was going to be like food and drinks and stuff. So we were expecting to get dinner.
And it's like, why they telling me like things about weightless and whatever? All they had to be dotish, all they crazy,
Right.
you know?
Right.
But I kept myself calm and composed because I was like, I don't want to get in trouble or kicked out of the school. I was like, I'm fine with leaving the ball, but I want to resolve this and like figure out what
Right.
like why it is really and truly she can't get in.
Right.
You know?
But you still wanted to be respectful.
Yeah, and I was still like, I could try a little thing to get Sheen. You know what I mean? Because like
Mhm.
to me, it made no sense what they were telling me.
Right.
You know, people were getting in through the side doors for free.
But we didn't know that.
We didn't know that, but we found out that she could have just walked in through the side door for free.
Right.
You know, so to the event coordinators, at the time in 2022, I'm sorry to say this, but you are honestly like one of the worst people I've ever met.
Very unprofessional as well.
Yeah, very unprofessional. I walked up like the young girl that was dealing with it, with the people getting in. Like I understand that she had a certain thing to follow, and I was like, cool. But can I talk to someone else who's in charge of the event? And she brought us over to the main person who was in charge
The
of the event.
supervisor, yeah.
Yeah. Mind you, I came to find out that nobody at the school liked this person. I go up to her and I'm like, so like
You explained the
I
situation.
explained the whole situation again. This is the third time explaining it, and I was calm, like legit, like calm dog. Like I was talking like this, you know, like I was being a Trini, you know, but in my American accent. So I was talking like this, but kind of American.
And I feel like I wasn't there, so correct me if I'm wrong, but was your Trini kind of slipping out because this was your first time?
Yeah, kind of, just a little bit, but I wasn't like mad during the time or angry,
Right.
so it wasn't coming out that much. I was still
Right.
trying to compose myself to talk American, you
Right.
know. So I was very much in tune with how I was speaking, except for the parts where I got like higher tone or lower tone or things like that. Like I spoke
Right.
in that rhythm like a Trini,
Right.
and I talked to her and I was like, so you telling me that like she's a basketballer and she's playing for the school and she got permission from everyone, from the girl, to get the ticket and show proof that the other girl is not coming, and she just wasn't able to meet that deadline because she was supposed to be out. But now she's here, she's fully dressed, no one else is coming. Like, can she not enter the ball still? You know, this was a ticket that's supposed to be here anyways, and it's
Right.
a replacement of that person, you know? And they had all the proof. They literally showed the proof, eh? They called the girl and everything. As far as I remember. So that happened. And basically, Josh came up to me and started to talk as well.
Right.
But as Josh was talking, this is where I got upset because she started to say again, the supervisor of that department
Right.
started to say these things about no, she can't let her in, like there's a
There's a
wait
wait
list, and
list.
this is when that came
Right.
into play. And I was just like, so you're teaching us about like something the lady said. I'm not going to say what the lady said, but this it prompted me to say this.
Right.
We had this general education class at the school when we first got in. I came in, I didn't come in as freshman, so I got classes to do that was more advanced than the freshmen when they came in, right? And this professor taught us about morality, morals, ethics, like all those things, was right, was wrong, good, bad.
Right.
And the lady said something that prompted me to go down that route. You know, like she hit that nerve that was like, so y'all are being hypocrites at this Christian university.
Right. You're
You know,
teaching us one thing and not acting on it.
exactly. You want to work at at Regent University
Right.
and call yourself a certain thing and say that you're abiding by something, but then you being a hypocrite.
Right.
You telling me something else. I'm not going to go into full details about it. Like it is 4 years ago this happened, and it's just a step in. Like it's just a story to tell you all what could have unfolded that night.
Well, and it also shows like when she finally got in.
Yeah. So. So that whole thing happened, and I started interjecting these things because I was like, I wasn't trying to be antagonistic. First of all, I
Right.
wasn't trying to be out of place or disrespectful. I was thinking logically. I was thinking based on what I'm learning at the school. I'm thinking based on what I've learned so far at the school.
Right.
And this lady says to me, she says, I do not like your attitude. You are disrespecting me. I like this one. And she pointed to Josh. And she was like, I'm only going to let the girl in because of her. And
Him because of
because
him.
of him. And I was like, in that moment, okay, no problem. I walked in and we all got in. However, in the same light that she said that, I could have hit her with a case and be like, you have actually offended me by not understanding my cultural
Right.
background, my behavior, my attitude, the way I
Yeah.
actually talk. Because this is how we talk from where I'm from.
Right.
And I've learned to speak like an American. However, I can't control a little bit
Your
of tone in my
inflection
voice.
of your
Like,
voice,
yeah,
right?
like if you want to be boring and talk monotone, so be it. That is you. You could do
Well,
that, you
another
know?
thing is
She was this
Josh
lady that just, anyways.
Josh isn't the quietest person either.
No,
So
no.
he can get up there with his
Yeah,
tone.
yeah.
I've
And he
witnessed
is
it.
American,
Right.
you know?
So did he get like that at all?
No, not really. He spoke at like how you are speaking right now. And
Okay.
I was speaking the way I'm speaking right now.
Right. He
But
wasn't being as
I wasn't
argumentative as
up
he
in her
usually is.
face. Yeah, yeah, he wasn't as argumentative
Okay.
as he usually is. I wasn't up in her face. I wasn't like tearing her down or anything. I was
Right.
literally talking logically and thinking logically.
Right.
You know? In that moment, I didn't care about getting in or leaving. I just wanted to figure out where this lady mindset was at.
Right.
You know? And why you telling me one thing but only teaching me something else?
Yeah.
Like how you and I have somebody employed like that at the school.
Right.
And as I said, came to find out there were a bunch of instances
Who
where other people
already didn't like her.
already didn't like her. And
Yeah.
it was known around the school, you know?
Yeah.
As I said, I'm not going to call names, I'm not going to go into detail about it, but that's something that happened where Tater had
Right.
to wait.
I was gonna say for it to tie in, Justin came in with Liv and Josh,
Yeah.
and he was in this bad mood.
Yeah, I was annoyed.
He could
I was
not
annoyed.
shake it. So I was in a bad mood because he was in a bad mood, and I was in a bad mood because he wanted to leave because he was in a bad mood. And I was like, okay, but like she's in, just like drop it. And
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was so mad, and he just wanted to
I
talk
I think it
about
was just like I held it in so much when I was outside. That's what the lady doesn't understand.
right.
Like, as a Trinidadian,
You could have gotten a lot louder with her.
yeah, I could have get loud. I could have get on real bad. I
Right.
could have get on dread. But you know,
Wait, what?
I could have get on bad.
No, what'd you say after
I
that?
could have get on dread.
What?
You learn that one in the last one. Dread. Dread. D-R-E-D, dread. It had multiple meanings. I'll put it back right here. Dread. It's like to get on like crazy or you know,
Okay.
things like that. It have multiple meanings for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I could get on like crazy,
Yeah.
And this lady, I just, it was just so funny how,
It wasn't funny at the time,
it wasn't fun at the time.
obviously.
But yeah, this lady was just like, she offended me, and I said nothing about it because as a Trinidadian, I do not believe I get offended for a lot of things in life.
Right. Right.
We tolerate so much. But this lady was like, I offend you. And I was like, wait, you telling me you don't understand how much you could have offended me just now?
Right.
And you telling me that? Nah. I never made a report or anything because, like, it was petty to me,
Right.
I was
Yeah.
trying to come to the solution of something based on
Which is
a
not
basis
even
of
that
nothing.
hard of an ask. She
Yeah.
already bought the ticket.
Exactly. So
Anyways, so
that happened, and that was
So,
vexed with me, and
he
from the
came
start.
in a bad mood. For those of you who don't know, in one of the buildings called Rob Hall is where we had the whole ball and everything.
Yeah.
And there are multiple floors to this place, right? So it's like a huge lobby, and there's like floors that circle the whole lobby.
Yeah.
So we went up to the top floor, and we just like basically watched the whole party happening for a good 30 minutes because he was in such a bad mood.
No, it was like 15 to 20.
No, because we went in to get food and we realized there was no good food. So we were.
It was finger foods.
It was finger foods, and so we were already. That put us in an even worse mood.
Yeah.
So we went up. We were hanging out for a little bit.
Oh, and when we saw the finger foods is when we saw people were like entering
the side doors.
And we checked, and there was like no one to check them in. They were like had no bands or tickets. Some people even said like, yeah, they just walked in, and I was like,
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So we got in a bad mood. We went up to the top floor.
Yeah.
We hung out, and finally I was like, no, this is not how this night's gonna end. This is not.
Yeah.
This is not it. I'm not going to allow this to happen. And I was like, I don't know about you, but I'm going down to the dance floor to dance. And I turned around and I walked to the elevator and I pressed the button, and I guess it woke him up because he was like, okay, I'll come with you.
Yeah.
And then we danced and we had fun, and Liv had fun and Josh had fun. And
yeah, we all hung out and like
we'll insert a clip right in here of us dancing.
Yeah, we was boogieing and dancing inside.
It was so much fun, and
he was busting it down in the people place.
Anyways,
you know that one.
Yes.
Nah, honestly, this story wasn't to bring down anyone. It was just a part of our personality. Tater got to see a little more of how my brain worked. Like if I want to come to a solution on something, or like figure out a situation, like I will work as hard as I could to figure out what it is that's happening.
Right.
And even though there was like, yes, we might have been like kind of in the wrong, like Liv might have been in the wrong for not having her own ticket and whatnot. It was still like she couldn't have it, and she was respectful, and she did what she thought was right. Yeah, she didn't try to sneak in or anything like that. We were respectful all the way through until this lady was like, she didn't like my attitude and my tone, and I was like, and like how I offended you. I was like, but you offended me right now. If I really had to get into the nitty-gritty, she was offending me. What I mean?
So after that night, we had so much fun. We went to, I'm pretty sure we went to Cookout and we got milkshakes.
Yes. Yeah.
So we went to Cookout, we got milkshakes. Josh was driving. We were in Josh's car, and
I took pictures with Jacob and his boothing at the time out by the front of the sign by the school. Well, I won't see the photos. She don't remember that. But we took photos with Jacob and his boothing at the time, and it was her and I, and then Josh and him.
And so we got Cookout milkshakes, and then we were out until like 2 a.m.
I think it was about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah.
And I was falling asleep in the back seat. We had ended up parking in a parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Justin was leaving that morning at like 5 a.m. And so he was just going to stay up the whole night. So Justin and I were asleep, or I was asleep in the back of Josh's car. Justin and Josh were talking. Liv was asleep in the front of Josh's car.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to go with them to the airport, but I was so tired.
Yeah, we had to drop her back.
I was so tired. No, what happened was I went back to the room to change. After we got cookout. I went back to my room to change,
Yeah.
and I laid in bed, and I ended up falling asleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I wake up, and it's pitch black in my room. I fell asleep with the light on. It's pitch black in my room. Savannah is in her bed asleep, and I hear someone going, "Tater! Tater!" And I was like, who the heck is in my room? Roommate was already gone. Savannah was asleep in her bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, what the heck? And all of a sudden I hear Savannah say, "Who's there?" And I hear, and my eyes are closed. Like I don't fully wake up. And Liv was like, "Savannah, it's Olivia. It's Olivia." And Savannah's like, "What are you doing in here?" And Liv was like, I'm trying to get Tater. I'm trying to get Tater. I was like, what is happening? So she gets me up. I go down to Josh's car. That's when we go to the park.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, they tried to call me. Justin tried calling me like 10 times. Liv tried calling me like 10 times. And I was passed out. I was so tired. And then Justin, they dropped me back off. I was supposed to go to the airport with him. I was too tired. They dropped me back off at the apartment. I don't remember going back to the apartment. I don't remember making it back to my dorm.
I honestly, that night was a blur. I just know I went to the airport.
And Justin couldn't come get me because it was after midnight.
Yeah.
That's why Liv came.
Curfew.
But Liv and I, that was the first time Liv and I ever actually hung out. Like, how we actually got to know each other.
Right.
But yeah, and so then they went to the airport and dropped Justin off, and that was it.
I went back to Trinidad, and when I went back to Trinidad, I told everyone about the incident with the certain person that was in charge of student activities.
Yeah, but he failed to mention that he was in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't really tell anybody that. I kept it on the low. I didn't really want to introduce her yet because I didn't know how it was at the time at first. Like, I know, yeah, we make out or whatever, but like, you know, it's like a big thing to say it, like in a Caribbean household to say, yeah, in a relationship, you know, after not being in a relationship.
Well,
you know?
And before the morning of the ball, I grabbed 2 of your sweatshirts.
Yeah, she took 2 of my hoodies.
Because I knew he was leaving, so I kept them.
Yeah. To this day, I never get them back.
That's a lie. No, they're in your closet.
So yeah, we went to the ball, and that is the event that happened at the ball. You'll get to hear a little bit about the dramas that happened at the ball.
Yeah.
And how I reacted to it, how I interpreted the event. I am not bashing anyone or saying any names.
We're just stating facts.
We're just stating our side of the things. Our side of things, you know?
Right.
It's literally, you could talk to anyone that was there. That is what happened. That is just the straight facts.
Right.
You know? So, facts, no printer. Facts, no printer. Yeah. That is saying.
I've never heard that saying before.
Fax, you know, like a fax machine.
Yeah, I've never heard that saying ever.
I think that is it. I could be wrong. Anyways, so I in Trinidad, she went to Texas over the Christmas ball. Christmas break. And
we would talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Every now and then. And now at this point, this is when I finally completely cut ties with my situationship.
Yeah, completely.
Because
cut off.
Yeah, at that point I couldn't really discuss things with him, and this was when he finally was able to contact me, and I was like, "Sorry, pal, you're a loss."
Yeah. Tough luck to him.
That was it. And then I called Justin and I told him about it. Like, Justin was the first person I called afterwards. I was like,
yeah. I was talking to her every step of the way, obviously. There's things that y'all didn't hear about, but all you might hear about it eventually when we call in with friends Jamie and Sierra and all of them. If we call in and they answer and they want to be on the podcast. And
the ball was December 12th or something like that.
Yeah, 11th or 12th.
This conversation happened December
right after
18th.
No, I think it was sooner than that.
I mean, I was already home, so yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And then Christmas happened December 25th.
Yeah.
And then on December 28th.
While we were talking at night.
On
my sister's birthday, but this was after the birthday, so I was bang out. I was tired.
When's your sister's birthday?
December 29th. But we celebrated her birthday that year on the 28th.
Okay.
Yeah. This was after celebrations on the 28th. I believe we celebrated it early that day.
I just wanted to make sure you knew the day of your sister's birthday.
Yeah, no. So I believe that year we celebrated my sister's birthday with the family a day before.
On the 28th.
But in that night, like 2-3 in the morning, we was talking.
Right.
It was only like 12 o'clock for her because of daylight savings and whatever, and she was in
Right.
Texas. And I was like, you know what? I can't wait till we go back to school. I just gonna hit shitty thing and be like, hey, you want to be my girlfriend?
No, it didn't. It wasn't even, do you want to be my girlfriend? It was, we were laying in bed talking, and you're like, you know, I love you.
Was it?
Yes. And I was like, I love you too. And that was kind of just that. And that's when we started dating.
No, I think I said.
No, you said you were going to try and wait until after break, but you can't wait any longer. You love me. I'm telling you.
Well, I tell you that, and I tell 5 other girls that same night. So, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. That wasn't the case.
Wow. I just happen to be the lucky one that marries you. Wild. Wild.
Yeah. So, if it is that I said I love you and whatever, and that's what I said, then that's what I said. That was officially like that part of it. But
Right.
it's always a gray area for us on whether it was November 28th or December 28th. However, I think November 28th was
I think
the day.
November 28th too, but his
Yeah.
whole family thought December 28th.
Yeah, I didn't want
So
to tell
we'll
them.
go. There's a lot more, you guys. This is not the end. There
Yeah,
is
it's a
more
lot
with
more.
roommate. There is more with our
Roommate
relationship.
dramas. We keep telling them that roommate dramas coming up.
It's
But trust
this
me,
next semester that
yeah, everything
January to August or
Yeah, when
May, January to May.
Yeah, when we come back from break, it's pressure.
Right.
Pressure in the
Well,
camp.
and then without pressure, what?
Pressure in the camp or pressure in the camp. It's like, things hard right now where we are. Like things happening that like, you can see the definition.
In the camp?
Yeah, in the camp. Like that's your house, that's your base, that's your area.
Okay.
Yeah. Pressure in
Well,
the
and
camp,
then-
pressure in my head, like things like that,
Okay.
But pressure.
Okay.
Say it, pressure in the camp.
No. That's for the wait, what moments on our Instagram.
Yeah. So
But
that's basically what happened earlier.
there was drama. There'll be drama. There is drama. Was
There's
drama.
more drama coming up. All I
And
hear
that
one
semester-
story so far with this person at Regent that
There's drama with roommate in that
Yeah.
last semester. There's drama in that summer with our relationship.
yeah.
There's still a lot to come. So
We only episode 3 in, we only 3 episodes in, and we
Right.
may take a break. Like, all comment and let us know, should we take a break from
do
our
you want
story?
to keep hearing the story? Do you guys want something different? Because
Yeah,
we're
let us
willing
know.
to try something different. Leave y'all hanging a little bit longer.
Yeah. Like, all you have to let us know, this is a podcast that both of us are doing
Right.
for our families and friends to, catch back up on, people that never heard the story before. And
Right.
even to new viewers and listeners and people streaming.
Also, comment what you want to hear so far based on what you've heard about us. Comment what topics you want us to talk about.
Yeah, well, if I get any messages from anyone saying something about the podcast, but they don't listen all the way through, I will know. Because if they don't comment, I will know they didn't listen to the whole thing.
Right. So,
Big brain.
right.
Anyways, so that's it. Thanks for viewing this time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, or YouTube, or anything else that we have it on Instagram, Facebook,
Right.
TikTok.
We'll see you guys next Wednesday for our Wait What Wednesdays. But yeah,
All right. Well, Ola, once again, I'm Justin, and
I'm Tater.
this was the
Wait, what?
podcast where a Trini and a Texan got married. We were an interracial, intercultural, inter all kind of thing couple who just sharing our story.
Right?
Yeah.
Catch you guys next time.
Later.
Bye.